This is one of the best stories of self-determination that I've watched. Hi everyone, welcome to I Just React and Review. My name is Ashmita. Hope you all are doing well, and I'm really excited to share my thoughts on this series that I've watched recently. This is a Netflix original series from South Korea, Itaewon Class, and I picked this one up because this is one of the most highly rated Netflix series of 2020. Now, I do watch movies from South Korea from time to time because they are awesome, but this is the first time that I picked up a K-drama to watch because it was so highly rated, and it did not disappoint me at all. There are 16 episodes in total in this series, and oh my god, there is some absolutely fantastic storytelling here. So yes, let's just get into all the detailed analysis. The central character of the story is Park Saroy, and the series charts his journey from his school time till his adult life. It is the story of his struggle and how he overcomes every hurdle of his life with proper foresight and sheer determination. Now, Park Saroy lives a very normal life with his father. His father works for a very big food conglomerate, but his life is turned upside down when he stands up to a bully in his school. He is wrongfully expelled from his school for standing up to this bully, and subsequently his father gets killed in an unfortunate accident. And if that wasn't enough tragedy on Saroy's plate, he eventually gets convicted for assault of his father's killer. I mean, talk about life throwing you a curveball. But Saroy, being the determined human being that he is, he wishes to fulfill his father's late dream of owning a restaurant. And this story shows his entire journey of how he manages to achieve this dream despite all the hurdles thrown at him. The biggest hurdle in his life is the head of the giant food conglomerate where his father used to work, Janga Corporation, and it is essentially at its heart a very beautifully written revenge drama. This series won my heart not because it is a revenge drama, but the amazing subplots of all the characters, all the central characters have their own subplots, and the way it has been narrated and integrated to the main storyline is why I loved this series so much. Well, this is not something that I disliked particularly, but when I was watching the series, this thing came in my mind that maybe few of the audience wouldn't like this. The story takes its own sweet pace to set its premise. So the first 2 to 3 episodes, one might find it a little slow paced. But for those audiences who might think that the first and the second episode just going a little slowly, I just want to say please endure through that, because in the later episodes you are gonna get a banger of a story. So yeah, besides that, there's nothing that I particularly disliked. It is just that I thought maybe I should give this disclaimer before somebody decides to watch this series. Before I get into the performances, there are so many things, so many things that I absolutely loved. So I'm gonna just go gaga over them first. Number one, how the entire revenge drama plot was narrated. I absolutely loved that. It was not at all over dramatic. That's what I loved about it. I mean, the protagonist and the antagonist, you know what, I should call them the two main leads, the opposite leads. The actions that they were taking to beat each other, they were logical. They had logical points to defend their actions, and that's what I liked about it. Number two, as I said before, the beautiful subplots. The sketch of the central characters were so amazing. They were all a bunch of misfits, and yet how they all worked together to achieve their dreams was fantastic. And I loved how well all these misfit characters had so much to offer to the story. Subplot 1. An African Korean man, Tony, who believes in his heart that he is Korean, but how he is treated because of the color of his skin by the general public. It's a very sensitive topic to explore, but the treatment done was so well. Subplot 2. A transgender trying to come in terms with her sexuality and fight the prejudice of the society. Again, the way that the issue of the sexuality was not blown out of proportion and shown in such a sensitive and intelligent manner. I loved it. Subplot 3. An ex-convict with anger management issues trying to do better with help of Park Saroy. It just shows that that even if you have done wrong in the past, there is always an opportunity to change yourself if you want it. Subplot 4, the unbelievably amazing love triangle story between the two female characters and Park Saroyi. Again, not the cringy love triangle at all. It was just, I don't know, it was handled so maturely and it was a very different take on a love story. And then finally the narration of the main plot, the revenge, the fight between Park Saroyi and Mr. Jung from Janga Corporation. Just brilliant. The strategies used, the way they are trying to one up another, the business model shown of a food conglomerate, just beautifully narrated. Everything was brilliantly written. And the thing that I loved the most was how beautifully everything was treated. Everything was given equal importance, be it the love story, be it the subplots, be it the main story. Everything was given its due importance and respect. And that is why it felt like such a wholesome series. I would also like to compliment the background score, whoever has given the background score, and the songs that have been used in this entire series. It just gets you into the feel of the series. It's a 10 on 10 for the score and the music for the series. Yeah, let's come to the performances because it just blew me away. Park Seo-joon plays the main character Park Saroyi, and I researched him a bit. He is one of the most sought out actors of South Korea. And after watching this series, I understood why, because the subtlety with which he acts, his eyes does the talking. It's just his eyes, the way he has emoted, the way everything. The sad scenes, the scenes where he's angry, the scenes where he's motivated, the scenes where he's in love. It's just his eyes. The guy can just act with his eyes. I loved him in the series. He really is the backbone of this entire drama, because if not for him, the series wouldn't have emotionally connected with me so much. When you watch the series, you want Saroyi to win, and every time he loses to Janga Corporation, you are angry. I mean, this is what I felt. I felt angered whenever Janga Corporation was doing something bad to Saroyi, and it is because Park Seo-joon acted so well. Then comes Kim Dami. She is the female lead. She plays the character of Yiso. This is one of the most amazing female lead characters written that I have watched. She was so different than usually what you see in a female romantic interest or a female lead. Strong-headed, speaks her mind, spits fire, literally spits fire. She'll put the other person to shame if she has to. Yiso is hired as a manager to run Saroyi's pub and restaurant Danbam, and she eventually starts falling for this guy and unapologetically pursues him and tells him that, you know what, you don't have to love me, but I love you. You cannot stop me from loving you. She was a badass. I loved the character written for her. Then you have the second female lead, Suya, played by Nara, and she's the complete opposite of Yiso. Now, I loved the way she has portrayed this character, very meek, shy, but smart and intelligent. She knows what she wants. She had her certain life goals which she wants to achieve. So I think very well written and very wholesome characters overall. I also want to talk about the performance of Jae Myung, who plays the character of Mr. Jung from the Janga Corporation, who is the head of the Janga Corporation. He was savage. He was savage. I mean, talk about being intimidating on screen. You would hate him. I mean, throughout the series, I hated him. I hated him for hurting Park Saroyi, and that is because he acted it out so well. Rest of the supporting cast were also brilliant. It's a huge ensemble cast, but yes, these were the characters that I wanted to particularly highlight because of their amazing acting. I would recommend this to everyone. It is a must watch because it's such a wholesome series. It's not just a revenge drama. It is a story of sheer perseverance. It is a story where you can see how much willpower it takes to start a business, how much willpower it takes to run a business, how other people are trying to put you down. There's so many things one can take away from the series. So I absolutely recommend it. It is streaming on Netflix, so please do watch it. So yes, that's it. That was my analysis and perspective on the Netflix original South Korean series Itaewon Class. I highly recommend it from my end. I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope you have come till the end of the video. If you have, thank you so much for watching. I will see you on my next video, guys. Bye bye.